Hello, and welcome to Environment and Climate Change Canada's information session on the hydrogen production reporting requirements. These requirements are applicable to those facilities subject to the Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program's expanded reporting requirements for 2019, which includes standalone hydrogen producers and petroleum refineries. We'll begin the session by introducing the expansion of the GHGRP and the hydrogen production requirements. We'll then explore the specific hydrogen production reporting and quantification requirements, and then we'll wrap up by describing the resources available to help reporters. Here's a quick summary of the GHGRP and its recent expansion. Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program administers the annual mandatory reporting of greenhouse gas emissions by facilities under the authority of Section 46 of the Canadian Environmental Protection Act. In 2017, Phase 1 of the GHGRP expansion was implemented, followed by Phase 2 in 2018. The expansion resulted in a lowered reporting threshold and additional reporting requirements for specific sectors and facility activities. The reporting threshold is now 10 kilotons in carbon dioxide equivalent units, except for CCTS facilities where those activities must be reported regardless of emissions. Additional sector-specific and fuel combustion reporting requirements, including prescribed quantification methods, are included for aluminum, ammonia, base metals, cement, electricity heat, ethanol, hydrogen, iron steel, lime, mining, nitric acid, petroleum refining, and pulp and paper sectors. The reporting requirements are published in the 2019 GHGRP notice. A link to the notice may be found at our website. Hydrogen production can occur at bitumen upgraders, petroleum refineries, chemical plants, fertilizer plants, and also at standalone industrial gas producers, for example. While the activity may occur at all of these different facilities, currently, reporting under this schedule, Schedule 15 of the 2019 GHGRP notice, is only required for petroleum refineries and standalone producers. Note that emissions from hydrogen production are categorized based on sector. For petroleum refineries, the emissions are categorized under venting, also known as process vents, while for standalone producers, they are categorized as industrial process emissions. We are aware that the processes are the same, but are simply allocated in this way as per IPCC guidelines for national GHG inventories. The GHGRP will not otherwise treat these emissions any differently. For reporting, hydrogen producers are required to report annual CO2 emissions, the CO2 recovered, and the purpose for the CO2 recovery, for example, for facility use, downstream use, or for permanent storage. Quantities of feedstock consumed and carbon content must also be reported, along with hydrogen produced and purchased. CO2 emissions from hydrogen production are to be calculated using either the prescribed feedstock methodology or via SEMS. The feedstock methodology includes a summation of CO2 emissions from each feedstock, calculated by using the carbon content of each feedstock. Facilities must then subtract any CO2 recovered in the process. If using SEMS, facilities must ensure that process emissions are separated from fuel combustion emissions. Methods are included in Section 10 of Canada's Greenhouse Gas Quantification Requirements document. Facilities that are subject to the federal output-based pricing system regulations may be aware that there are required methods to follow for quantifying emissions to be reported in the OBPS annual report. These methods are also allowable for your GHGRP report. Please note that the OBPS regulations refer to the GHGRP's 2017 methods for quantifying fuel combustion emissions. In the GHGRP reporting module, there's a section where you must indicate if you're using these methods for your GHGRP report. If you select yes for this option, the methodologies that you can select on the subsequent screens no longer refer to the 2019 GHGRP methods. They refer either to the 2017 GHGRP methods or other applicable OBPS methodologies. Note that it is not mandatory to use the OBPS required quantification methodologies for reporting to the GHGRP. It is an option for those facilities subject to the OBPS regulations. Further, in the OBPS reporting system, there is a function provided that will generate an OBPS to GHGRP printout based on the emissions you are reporting in the annual OBPS report. This is not intended for facilities that are subject to expanded GHGRP requirements. In the GHGRP report, after reporting the detailed information for each applicable activity, there is a function that automatically populates the total emissions categories based on the previous emissions information provided. Therefore, there is no need to use the printout. To wrap up, this slide lists the resources available to help facilities in completing their GHGRP report. Our website listed here is the place to go, where you can find a link to the 2019 GHGRP notice, which describes the latest reporting requirements. Also included on our website is a link to the greenhouse gas quantification requirements document, which is mandatory for those subject to the expansion. You'll also find the technical guidance document on reporting greenhouse gas emissions. This helps to explain the notice and specific technical requirements. You'll also find a link to access the single window system and the following guidance on using this online system to submit your report. There's swim guidance, including video tutorials on accessing single window for the first time, connecting your profile to an organization, and managing organization information. We also provide enhanced step-by-step instructions on submitting a greenhouse gas report. There's also a page dedicated to more commonly asked questions and answers, and of course, you can contact the GHG Help Desk with any questions you may have. And new this year are a series of video tutorials available on YouTube to help explain the requirements, common reporting issues, and how to prepare your GHGRP report. Finally, here's how you can reach the GHGRP. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions, and also have a look at all the resources available to you. We encourage you to check out the additional recordings available, including information sessions on the general reporting requirements applicable to all facilities, and an overall look at the expanded reporting requirements, which discusses some common reporting issues. Please also review any of the relevant single window demonstration videos. Thank you.